Hi book lovers, in today's video we're gonna embrace fall with all the cozy vibes, and we're also gonna read together Velvet Shadow by Lorraine Ritz. This is a romantic suspense novel, and I think romantic suspense is just perfect for fall, for the cozy vibes. So I actually chose this book from Readsy Discovery, where I review this book for. So thank you for Readsy Discovery. I'll also leave their link down below, because if you want to check out their website, they have a ton of great books there that are a bit more unknown, indie published. You can basically use it as you would use Goodreads. But this book is actually already available on Kindle, and for me also on Kindle Unlimited. So if you want to check it out, you can find it there. So grab a hot drink and let's go on a cozy reading journey. We're going into the fall season, which is my favorite, and I love myself some mystery for fall, but I also obviously love romance, so I thought a romantic suspense is the perfect combination of both. And the book that I chose is Velvet Shadows by Lorraine Ritz, and again, I'm sorry if I pronounce any names wrong, but this one sounded so intriguing. So in terms of plot, we're following Madeline, who is like a event/wedding planner, and she has a little bit of struggle in her love life. We have her husband who recently cheated on her, and she kind of has to deal with that because they also both have a daughter and she wants to make the family work. But then she also, by a chance encounter, meets Jake, the owner of the bookshop she often goes to, who is also quite attractive. And then on top of all of that, she's also planning the wedding for this billionaire whose name is Dylan, I think, and he also brings some mystery. So all in all, Madeline has to deal with a lot in her life. And this book also promises some twists and turns, and I hope we're getting to it. I already started the book and I'm like a bit more than 30% into it, and I just wanted to show you the cover because I think it is really, really beautiful. And in terms of my first feelings and thoughts about the book, is that the writing is different. I would say that you can definitely tell that this is Lorraine Ritz's first novel, so the writing kind of doesn't feel as polished maybe, and that makes it a bit harder to really connect to the story. I really like our main character Madeline. I think she is quite unique, and I really relate to her being super detail oriented and always wanting to make everything really nice and pretty for everyone around her. But one thing that I find super annoying is that she's speaking to herself the whole time out loud, and I'm like, you can tell us these things just in your thoughts. This book is told in Madeline's POV in first person, but I would actually say that it kind of reads more in a way that it should have been third person, because some of the observation that Madeline does in her POV, she can't really make them. And another reason why I don't really connect with the writing is that I think that the author is really trying to make each sentence quite meaningful, but you know, sometimes the sentence is just a sentence. It's just delivering a description or an information that we need to know, or, you know, even if it's just a filler in between, that is okay. Like in a book that is quite long, you can have words that are not as meaningful, and therefore not every sentence has to try very hard. And regarding that, also the people, what they say sometimes just feels too fabricated. And I wanted to give you a few examples of what I mean. Madeline has a conversation with Jack, who she meets only for basically the second time. In that moment, I felt a connection, a shared understanding that surpasses words. As we navigated the uncharted territory of healing, the solace found in his eyes became a beacon of hope, guiding me towards a future free from the shadows of betrayal. I'm like, what? Girl, you just met this person. He's basically a stranger. And another example would be, I appreciated his offer, sensing a genuine willingness to stand by me in the midst of my turmoil. As we continued our conversation, I found solace not only in the depth of his eyes, but also in the understanding that true healing often requires navigating through the complexities of lives with the support of those who genuinely care. Again, I don't really think you can tell that this person generally cares, since he's basically a stranger. I hope that these examples emphasize what I meant, and also I think I kind of made it clear by giving you these examples. It kind of feels like I lost something in between. I find it so confusing that she's having these deep conversations with basically a stranger, but she's telling us that it doesn't feel that way, that there's so much more, but It's really telling us, not showing. However, I don't want to sound too negative because it is actually quite easy to fly through this book. I am still waiting for the suspense, but I am suspicious of basically everyone. I don't trust anyone in this book, and that's kind of fun, to be honest. I don't really feel the romance, and that might be because I feel a bit lost with the other connections, and also since there is more than one person who could be the romance with, I don't really know where we will go from here. I'm just not invested in anyone right now. That might change. Who knows what will happen. I'm gonna go out and meet a friend for coffee, and I'll bring Velvet Shadows to read a little bit in the cafe as well. And I don't really have a super new update for you. I still don't really connect with the writing, and I just don't see the romance because I'm suspicious of everyone, and I really want the whole mystery to unfold. Like, to be honest, this would be really good actually if it would be like a thriller or just a mystery, because I'm like, everyone just acts like they're the murderer. I mean, it's not even like there has been a murder in here, but I feel like these people just all give me kind of serial killer vibe. I would love to read this if it were like just a thriller. I feel like then the tone and everything would fit way more. Let's go because I'm already a little bit too late. Guys, I don't think this book is for me. I just don't care. I can't connect with the writing, and therefore I don't care about any of the characters or even like the plot twists. Like, they didn't get me because I just didn't care. But I don't have much left, so I'm gonna go to the gym now, and then we're gonna cozy up later in bed. Finally finish the book. I think the only thing that could redeem this book is if someone gets murdered. I just want someone to be murdered. I don't know, like, just make this a mystery or thriller. And I can say finally, because I didn't really enjoy my time reading it. I want to give you my final thoughts and everything tomorrow. I just wanted to basically say that I'm done. I will say this is a trilogy and I do like the way it ended. I'm gonna go to bed and talk to you guys tomorrow. Ooh, hi there again. It's nice that you came back for my final thoughts. And as you saw in my last clip, I don't think that the book was the best for me, but I do want to give you like a final review and whether or not I think that some other people might enjoy this book, because obviously I'm just one person, so if I don't like something doesn't mean that no one else will like it. And I won't go into detail why I didn't enjoy the book as much as I hoped to, because I already said basically it was the writing that I didn't really feel connected to. But in terms of the suspense part of this romantic suspense novel, I didn't really see it. Like, yes, there was a part, but I don't know, maybe it's also gonna unfold in the other books. As I said, this is the first book in the series, so obviously in the first book you always try to build something up. I personally don't think I will go into the other books. However, I do think that there is definitely an audience out there for this book, and I don't know why, I could be wrong with that, but in my head, I feel like the target audience is just a bit older. The struggles that the woman faces, you know, she's married with a 10-year-old kid and she has marital problems. Then there's this other guy, Jake. I don't know, I just didn't also connect maybe with her life. I would say it's kind of like young adult. From time to time, I read young adult books as well, and some of them I really, really love, but I also know that I'm not the target audience. I do relate to characters there as well, but at the same time, I'm also like, oh yeah, but you know, they're at a different life stage than I am in. right now. And I feel like these kind of things always influence your reading experience. So that's kind of, I think, what happened with Velvet Shadows. So I would give it a 2-star, and I wouldn't say go out and definitely read it. I'm still very thankful that I got to read this. Also, again, thanks for Ritzy. If you want to find your new read that is maybe a bit more unknown, like indie published, then definitely check it out. I'll have the link down below. And I also hope that you enjoyed this whole reading vlog, the cozy vibes. I'm so into fall. Give this video a like and also subscribe for more bookish content in the future. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!